Hi there, Consuelo from Consuelo, Viola's daughter. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, a whole week. So I missed you guys. I hope you missed me. And before I start prattling on, would you be so kind to hit the like, thumbs up, and you could comment, subscribe, or share. I appreciate it very much. Um, it's This is our crocheting time, crocheting chat. That's what this channel is all about, crocheting, and it's my first love. I have a lot of other hobbies I like to do, but I'm in the groove for crocheting, and that's all I want to do. So I don't want to do the other ones too much. Um, as you can see, my corner is full enough with enough crafty stuff and utensils, so I don't want any more. I think this is enough, don't you? You have to excuse the hat. It's another bad hair day in Consuelo Land. Most of the time it's a bad hair day, so God bless hats. And I know how to make my own, so definitely keep the hat on. Well, let me see. What were we doing today? Oh, last week, I don't know, I had a couple of days that I was away from my hook and yarn, doing whatever, and but I'm back in the groove again with that. I thought maybe I'll show you a few things. You might be able to see it right there, that light green one. It's the bamboo, let's see, how does it go? The bamboo yarn. Actually, I think it's a blend. True Boo? Yeah, it's a blend. Excuse me, I'm gonna try and stand up. Okay, I got it. So it's True Boo. This is the green I used. Oh, look at the light. It's burning everything out. Okay, by the face, that works. All right, it's like a mint green. We used to call it mint green. I think they call this something like ocean or something like that. So it's True Boo, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams for those people who like to use grams. And for me, who uses yards, it's 241. But it's a 3. So 241 doesn't cover as much. But if you do a real lacy pattern and a big needle, you probably can go pretty far. I think when I did it, the pattern I did here, one ball did a third of the panel, and I'm making like a extra large, maybe a 1X, because it drapes and it's so soft. I didn't have to go any higher in size. Actually, I did it by measurements. That's how I usually do it. I measure your largest part of your body, then could be your hips or your shoulders, whatever. It's the largest part of your body for the top part, be your bust line. It all depends. We all shape different. And then I do the hips, because your blouse generally either sits on your hips, cuts off around your hip line, or might go over the hips. So the hips are going to be on your bottom half, the largest part, the hips and the buttocks. So let me hold it and get it out. I don't think I have to block it, only because it's bamboo and it's so soft. Wow, do we have light here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I click off the ring light. Can I get rid of some of this brightness? It's kind of bright. I can bring this down. It's dark out. I don't know why the house is so bright. It's the same lights I always have. So, as you can see, I have some modesty shirt underneath here for her. As you can see, it's 2 squares. It's just 2 squares, front and back, and they're attached by down the side and maybe 5 to 10 chains. It could be as little as 5. It'd be the least amount, or you could do between 8 and 10 for someone who wants a looser fit and doesn't want it to maybe. They might have big shoulders, and then they wouldn't want it to like cut or crush your arm and accentuate that. So this is pretty much the front and the back are exactly the same. The same stitch, same size. I don't sew my seams. I know a lot of people do. I'm just not that good at it because I don't want to do it. You know, when you don't want to do something, you never do your best, right? So I crochet it. Let me bring it closer, maybe you can see. See, I crochet the seams. So, but it's kind of nice because there's no edges on it. It gets buried in the. I think I did. Did I do that? Yeah, I did single crochet. I either do single crochet or slip stitch. If it's little, I'll do slip stitch, you know, like a small item. But if I kind of lose concentration if I have to go too long with slip stitch, and I'll end up doing a single crochet anyway midway through the line. My attention span is pretty short, so I usually just single crochet to start with, and this way it's consistent. So this one is about, I think from neck to bottom is like between 22 and 25. I don't usually go, as long as I usually go is 26. And that'll pass the crotch area. And it looks better. It gives you a better line. Unless you have really short legs, and then it'll accentuate your short legs, which you don't want to do. But for normal length legs, it's good. So the nice thing about this pattern, I did it before. I don't know if you saw the photos on Instagram. I'm wearing it in orange, and it's really flattering. It actually makes me look, my shape looks better than it really is. It hides a multitude of sins. It has a nice drape. Feels wonderful near the skin. You wear a tiny tank top underneath. I have a thicker tank top. But you can wear like a really spaghetti strap type. We used to call it spaghetti strap. I don't know what they call it now. All the names change, so I'm out of date with my terminology. So this way, it looks strange, but this stays up on the shoulder, and this is across your arm. And then this just falls wherever you need it to fall. You know, if you have a full bust, it'll pull it out that way, and then it'll go in on naturally, like drape into your waistline. So it's really a flattering top. So I made one for myself, and my daughter said, "Oh, I like that," and I said, "All right, I have it in green. I'll make one for you." That's how it goes here. If they see one, somebody else wants it, so I'm gonna just stick them here. And sorry, I keep getting up and blocking the TV, and I have red on, so it's a lot of red. So the other thing I was working on this week, actually 2 days ago, I started day before yesterday, like at midnight, and I did maybe 2 or 3 rows. I said, "Oh, this is easy," and I finished it yesterday. And today I finished putting all the strings in. And it's let me put it closer. It's a shawlette. It's not a shawl, because I don't want a full shawl. I have big shawls. I want to be able to wear it with my little leather jackets. I have a lot of leather and suede jackets, and this is going to be jacket weather coming up. So then you put this, I would put this like, somebody showed me this on YouTube, and it looks so. They gather it first, they put it around. Again, I'm doing my modeling thing, which I think is hilarious. And you can, you pull it over your jacket. And some jackets, I don't know, but some jackets I have a form fitting, and I don't really want to zipper up the zipper and look stuffy. So I'll put a shawl like this on. Let me stand up so you can see where it falls. I made it. I used 2 skeins of impeccable Michael's loops and threads, impeccable. And it's oh darn, what's the name of this thing? It was called Infinite. And the weirdest thing happened. Now I'm looking at it in the camera. Here goes story time. I should have like a story time. Um, I bought this yarn. Now I pride myself on being able to do look at color and know what I'm looking at, right? So actually I had a job for 18 years, and that was one of my duties, is to pick the, well, it was printing, so I used to match ink or pick ink to match whatever swatch or whatever sample we had, or their company colors. And most of the time it was custom blend, and I was really good at it. But I have been retired for a while, so who knows. I went to Michael's, and we have 3 Michaels really close by me, but I went to the one that I hadn't been to for a while. It was right off the highway. And I saw this yarn, and I said, oh, olive green. Now, bear with me. I know you don't see any olive green now. Olive green and a sage green and a tan. I had no idea what it was going to look like because I could see it was a short color. By that I mean, it changed really quickly within 8 to 10 inches. That's how I know it's a short color. That's another tip for you guys. If you pick up yarn and it looks really great together, you know it's going to be quick change if it's only 8 to 10 inches like this. You get if you're lucky, you get 2 stitches out of it in a row, which I don't. I get 1 stitch and then it's a change color, and then I got 1 stitch and it's a change color. So that's what I mean. Especially I did triple crochet, and triple crochet eats up quite a bit of yarn, but I was supposed to use a J hook, but I didn't feel like going and getting the J hook, so I used the I hook and just held it on really loose. It didn't hold my my yarn through my fingers. I held it really, loose, so it just pulled a little bit more, 1 to 2 millimeters, whatever. But it's a looser stitch. So I'm looking at this now, and I made it, and I changed rooms, and I'm like, my daughter was sitting next to me, and I said, oh my God, this isn't green. It was green in the other room, and it was green in the store. And the reason why I bought it is because I wanted the olive green to go. I have like brown jackets and olive green jackets and black. And you wear that army olive green. Like I said, I'm calling old names. I don't know what they call it now, but we used to call it olive green. So I was like, there's no green in here. I don't see any green. Now, granted, I don't know if you see how bright it is in here. I have ceiling lights, and they're LED blue light. So the blue, this is technical stuff. The blue light will bleach out the yellow. So therefore, I don't have any green. Blue and yellow make green. So I have bright LED lights, as you can see over here. I hardly have even a shadow in this room. And so it bleaches out the yellow. So now I'm going crazy. They made that yarn camouflage. This is really camouflage, because I go in one room and it's green, the color I wanted, and then I come in this room and it's brown, gray, and tan. Go figure, right? I'm gonna take it off before I start building up some body heat. Actually, it's really comfortable. It's acrylic. I think it's a little bit of a blend. I have the label here, but I don't know what I did with it. I've been throwing out the labels because, as you can see, I crochet a lot. I have tons of labels, just bags and bags of labels, because every item you make you can use anywhere from 3 to 5, 6 labels. So I've started throwing them out, and of course I threw out the most recent one. So this is a shawlette. Let me tell you who it's by. Take a guess. It's BagODay. And I can't tell you what number because she didn't put a number on it. And I can't tell you the name because a whole slew of them she has called Easy Crochet Shawl for Beginners. So that's in the title. I remember seeing that in the title. But she has a whole bunch of shawls, and they're all called either Easy Crochet or for Beginners. So that didn't help me any. Not that I didn't look at it like for a long time. I can't even find it in my history. You know how you can find your history when you looked it up on YouTube? I can't even find it in the history because I've already looked at so many videos in between. So let me show you close up because you can't really tell because it is camouflage. Besides changing color, it should be called chameleon. You see the stitches there? Let me just give you one layer. It's triple crochet, but they cross, and they cross the last part of the X crosses behind like a back, not a forward, but a back loop. So they cross. It's really easy to do once you get used to putting your needle into needle. Again, I said needle. I meant hook. Once you get used to putting your hook in that spacing right behind the forward one, then you get used to it and you keep going. So there's no counting to increase. The edging is really cool on this too. I'm sorry I don't remember the name. See the edging, that scallop? That happens when you go across. And when you back up, you automatically make this little scalloping. One to be round, one to be pointy, one to be round, one to be pointy, and they alternate. You start from the bottom, from the point, and you go up, and it just naturally increases. Everything comes out nice and even. Your top comes out nice and straight with no, I didn't block this, I didn't wash it, I didn't do anything. I just finished it today, this morning, like the last row, and I did my ends, yay. See, no ends, no strings, Mom. So this is the last row, and you don't even have to finish it off because you got the edging on the sides, and this is going to be buried in next to your neck or on the inside of your clothing, so you're done. And so I tallied up roughly my hours, and it's easy, an 8-hour work piece. You need a whole working day, so it'd be 8, at the most 10. If you take a coffee break, cigarette break, or one of those things, so it's 8 to 10. So I finished this 2 days ago. I've been working on those granny squares. I think everybody who asks me what's on my hook, I've been saying the same thing over and over again. Granny squares for my Afghan. The same crazy fiesta colors, 12 inches big. They're bigger than my face. 12 inches. I used a H hook with the 4 gauge thickness yarn, and it was Craft Smart, so it wasn't too expensive. It's reasonable, and I could get like two squares per skein. And the pattern I decided on, which I came up with my own, wherever I put it, I don't have it here. It's over there. I'm not going to pass the camera again. I came up with a pattern that's kind of like a chevron, so it'll be like turquoise in the middle. It'll be a chevron of these, starting this way and this way. Turns out to be 28 squares, and 28, being that's 12, I'm going 4 across, 7 deep. So that's 28. 4 times 7 is 28. And then that's not counting the board, the joining panel and your border. So it's going to be more like 50 at least, or maybe more than 50. I'd say 52. Because you got at least 3 rows. 3 in the border. So it's be about 52, between 52 and 55 inches across, and it's going to come out 7 times 12, which is what? Whatever that is. What is that? 7 times 12. Is it 12? Yeah, 7 times 12. Okay, so it's going to be close to 90. right? 10 times would be 70. And then I'm going to have the 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm already in the 70, 80. And then the spacing in between, because I like a nice deep gusset, at least an inch between the squares, and then my border is going to be at least 2 inches on each side. That's 4. So do the math. I can't do it right now. It's time for a coffee break or something, and I'm not going to drink coffee, so I'm just going to have to mush on through. So it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be like 50 by 70 something, 70 to 84 inches maybe, somewhere in between there. And depending on how crazy I get with the border, because knowing me, I'm looking at this and it has all these colors, and I've been trying. Oh, and then this is the other one. Okay, so it's going to be a chevron of these. In between these, that'd be like in a point, then color, then the chevron blue, then another layer. So you gotta have like at least 2, maybe 3. I don't have I have a diagram I did. And so it comes out to be 14 by 14. So I'll have 14 color and 14 turquoise. That's why people don't like to do granny squares, because you gotta do math. Who wants to do math? But anyway, you do have to do math. So I'm going to use these 2 colors. So I'm like, well, if I do with blue, maybe it'll be just too much blue. If I do with orange, it's a migraine coming. You see this orange in there? That's a migraine. Let me show you the colors in here. So there's orange and red, then there's turquoise and chartreuse. And is there another? And then there's a darker blue. So this one's darker and this one's lighter. So that's what, 5 colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 colors. And I'm saying, oh, which one of these colors would I use? Or would I use white, which would make it, keep it bright, but tone it down a little bit? Maybe I'll use black, and I'm afraid that's going to be too striking a contrast. And see me looking over there. We're getting a food delivery. We order our groceries on the computer. So the guy comes with a big truck and brings it. And I have my door open so I can see when he comes. So I'm trying to think, what color would I use? Maybe you guys can help me. Would I use the light turquoise, the dark turquoise? Green is like, green's kind of weird. Oh, this purple, red, and orange. Oh, what was I thinking? Okay, well, one I might end up just doing white or soft gray, like a really, I have one I did charcoal gray that almost looked black, so it would be a medium gray, medium to light gray, maybe. There's no gray in any of these squares. I would have liked to pick up the color, but I could use gray and then just add, so many possibilities. Anyway, we'll all see what I finally decide on. Well, it's to come soon. So I did the color, the multicolor one, which is called Fiesta by Craft. Is that Craft Smart? No, I think it is. Yes, Craft Smart. Yeah, it's a reasonable pricing on yarn. They give you quite a bit on the skein, so it's great for blankets, and it's durable. And the more you wash it, it gets soft. It's softer than Red Heart Super Saver, and the skeins don't look like they're so big, but they're really tightly wound. So you almost think, oh, this yarn's gonna be hard. It's not hard. As I'm handling it, it's getting softer and softer. So it's not gonna be hard. It's not gonna be scratchy, and it's 100% acrylic. When you figure out, I used 1, 2, 3, 4. I used 4, almost 5. Yeah, 5 of the skeins. That's about $3 each. I don't know. I might have gotten it on sale because Michael's been having sales. You buy one, you get one for 50%. So, and then the blue is Craft Square. which is, I believe it's Dollar Tree's brand. This blue, which is beautiful. You can see I got nice stitch definition. I'm not fussy when I crochet. I'm not always in a zen mood when I do it. And you can see it's a nice definition, nice and even. There's no rippling. You see how flat? I didn't block anything. I don't have to block it. I won't block it because it's flat already. It's flat. It's square. You see how nice the edges are. That's a sign of it's worth its value. And that's craft square. They call craft square. The ones that you get at Dollar Tree. And I have seen it I think it's in Walmart. I don't shop that much in Walmart. I would like to, but since the restrictions and stuff, I don't go there anymore. So this blanket is going to be kind of big, but it's going to be reasonably priced. And I intended on giving it away. I was doing it for donations. I was going to give it away, but I got carried away and I made it so freaking big. So I don't know. I don't know where it might end up on my bed because I don't have one. I make Afghans, I make big blankets, but I don't put them on my bed. And one of the reasons is my birds sometimes come up there and their nails get caught in the yarn, so I have to rip it off my bed. So therefore, why bother, right? Only if if I'm not going to be in the room and they're locked up and they're not going to be around, then I put it on the bed, which isn't very often, so I don't bother. So they're all in plastic. I showed you in one of the videos the few that I have left, and they're all in plastic and sealed up, taped up, and that's where they are. Oh, I have one more. So after I finished the blouse, which I did like in the beginning of the last weekend, not this weekend that just passed, the weekend before that, beginning of October, I finished that green one, the bamboo one. I've been making squares, and I told you it's 14 each, so that's 28 squares of foot square, 12 inches squares. So, I didn't tell you. So now I'm like, okay, I got all the color ones done. I'm on my 14th one, and I have, this is the craziest thing. I have, is it here? Yeah, this is it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Looks like it's done, right? I have this much and this much to go. Less than 2 sides, like a half a side and another side. I ran out of yarn. Totally. So I was thinking, oh, I'll cheat and I'll just take the blue and run it across the side. Nobody will know. Yes, they would. I would know. Then what would I do? Take the orange and go halfway through, So I said, I'll wait until I go out. Tomorrow I'd probably go out. Wait until I go out and buy one skein for a couple of bucks instead of driving myself crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. So, but I was like, ugh. I almost finished the color ones. So I started yesterday finishing these up, and I have 4 more to do, and I'll be done. So I have a partial one of these. Actually it's 3, but the 4th one isn't finished here, so that's 4. That's all how you look at it, right? So I put that aside. That's on the, is it Linda Simpson who said park it, and then you take it out for a drive later? That's what I'm going to do. Nobody actually is expecting it. It's not like it's for a commission or something. So now, I started this morning. I said, I really like that triangle scarf I just showed you, this one. I said, oh, I really like this one. My daughter looks and she says, oh, can you make me one of those? She says, I really like that shape. She says, whenever you can. It's not I don't need it now or anything. Whenever you have like the yarn or something, then you make it. I said, oh my God, do I have yarn? I have yarn. This is half of the yarn. The rest of the yarn's there, and you can't see it, but on the floor here, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 things of yarn. I'll show you what the things are. 5 of these. 5 of these with yarn in it. So I don't really want to buy any more yarn. I want to make a dent in it. And then over there's a wall of yarn too. So it's not as much as you know, the rest of the professional crocheters have. I just started collecting it last year, and then when I found Dollar Tree with the reasonable prices, and now I only get yarn from Michael's and Joann's when they have specials. Then I get a lot, but I don't go like every week and buy 3-4 skeins here and there. So she says, well, when you get the yarn, you can make me one like that. She said exactly the same size and shape, because she and I dressed alike. My daughter's a retired school teacher, so she's got a lot of social time and stuff. So she goes out a lot. So she said she want one. I said, this is perfect. What is it? Sweater. Sweater. So it's perfect for shawls too. Or what's this? A shawlette or a cowl. It's perfect with it. In fact, I have hats and cowls. Maybe next video I'll show you. Some I made last year, some I made this year. So I went through my stash of the famous Lion Brand Mandela tweed. She went through them all. She picked this one called White Elephant, and it's really a pretty color. I don't know if you can see it in this camera, but you know, all the Mandelas are pretty, and they got such especially the tweed. It has a weird combination of yarns together, and you go, oh, I don't know if I like purple and yellow and green in my article of clothing. It turns out that when you crochet, it's beautiful. I showed you shawls that I did before with it, and I think they came out beautiful, you know, with no effort at all. I would say the secret is they give you enough of the color changing, and then it blends. So like this started out green and a pale blue, almost gray, but it's actually to me it's blue. It's pale, and then I got LED lights, remember? So the blue would have disappeared if it wasn't blue. It would be white, but it's very pale blue. Then it goes to like almost a brown, reddish brown, and a little more turquoisey. Then it goes to purple and blue, and none of it is offensive. Like you see I think you can see that in the camera. It's a gentle transition, and it's 2 colors wrapped together. They give you enough that you don't get a little short bursts like that, like Morse code. That you don't get that break in the middle of a line. Not so harsh. It's subtle. And it blends in, and it's long enough to give you some pleasure. So you see it went from green, now you got the bluish purples, and now you went to the brown purples, blues, brown and blue. This sounds like a weird color comment, but it's actually very pretty. And so I did the exact same stitch. This one is exactly the same stitch as this. And it's going to look completely different because this one has short bursts. This is 8 to 10 inches of color, and then it changes. And this is more like, as you can see, it's more like a couple of feet at least. See, even here you got, my lights. You got yellow, but then you get yellow and brown right next to it. But look how many rows, which means you're not going to get that real short, choppy. It blends into each color shade. There's even some pink, which is not my daughter's favorite color. It's mine, but it's not hers. It's not my favorite, but I tend to like reds and pinks and purples. And then she likes red though, so who knows? I can't explain it. So these are purple and purple, there's purple and green, and I have no idea what it's gonna look like. That's the fun of crocheting with it, because it keeps your interest. You don't get bored. You enjoy the change of colors, and you go, oh, look, the color changed. So that's what I'm doing now. I just started it. Then I stopped and I did some much needed social media stuff. I did some Instagram, some Facebook, trying to get a little spicy. You know, I'm the organic grandma, but I was trying to put music and stuff to it. We'll see. Anyway, it's still broader than what I have. So I'm getting there. And so now I'm going to be working on this shawl. Oh, I finished the hat for my sister. What the heck is it? Well, it's the same hat like this, but it's denim. Oh, that's not it. This is mine, but it looks exactly the same. I finished another one of these for my sister in Florida. Now it's not going to be a surprise because now she knows it. She actually watches my YouTube, so she's going to know she's getting one of these. And we look a lot alike, so she's going to look pretty much like me. So we're going to look like twins now, right, Carmen? Twins. And so, so I'm going to get off here because I've been babbling again, and I've already went over the 30-minute. I have like 3 things to show you, or 4 things to show you, and I always talk so much. Okay, well, I'm going to come back. I'm going to make another video. I don't know what. I have some stuff that you never saw, so, and I didn't wear it, so it's like brand new. I haven't worn it either. I just make. I'm a maker. I'm a crocheter or a maker. Give me yarn and I keep going. So that's what I did. You see the painting back there? I see it now, and I just finally saw it. That's my son did that. He's one of my sons. The other one's an artist too. His stuff is on the other side of the wall. And the other ones, all 3 of my sons are artists at some time or other. But this one's living his life as a professional artist. He's in New York, and New York, Brooklyn. He's always there. New York, Brooklyn, North Jersey. So it's really quick. He has like a lot of symbols in his paintings, and he changed out the other one because he said it really wasn't finished. I couldn't tell, but he said it wasn't finished. It's been up there for years. And he said, oh no, I gotta change it. That's not a finished piece. I said, okay. As long as you hang it, I don't care. But I like it. I'm looking at it, and the funny thing is, the name of the painting is, can you guess? Can you guess? It's named after his mother. It's called Consuelo. Like there's not enough Consuelos in the world, right? So I'm gonna say bye. Don't forget to thumbs up, dummies. I could use them. And subscribe if you want to see more content. You like this chitter chatter that I do, and viewing my works. For now, because I'm only on pre-recorded and I don't do live yet. Maybe I will. Who knows? So subscribe and they'll get notification that I'm on again, or I did something new. Maybe not too new, but I put out a new video. So you can like, subscribe, comment, or share. And any comments if you have a question, like maybe I didn't cover it. I talked a lot, but maybe I didn't cover something that you wanted to know. Feel free to ask me a question. My email address, if you go under about my email, Pinterest, Etsy, Facebook, Twitter, not Twitter, I don't do Twitter, but everything else, every other one, the address is there. You can email me if you like to email, if you like more security, personal type things, you can do that. So I'm going to say bye. I actually stayed 40 minutes, I can't believe it. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'll be back, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you want to see something else, and I'll say bye-bye. Be good, keep crocheting, and walk in the beauty of the day. Bye-bye.